Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about geometric solids, and what that means is our 3D shapes. So in the papers that your parents came and picked up on the pickup day, there's going to be a chart of geometric solids. So you can kind of fill this in as we talk about them to get a little bit more information. So first we have our cube, which we've been practicing since first grade. Okay, we should all know what our cube is now. And then we have our prisms. These are going to be the trickiest ones. I'm going to skip those for now and come back to them later. A pyramid is always going to have a square on the bottom and then triangles forming the edges. A cylinder, which would be like a soda can or anything like that. A Lysol container. I'm sure we all have those at home right now. A sphere being a ball shape. And then a cone. Now a cone and a pyramid are different. The edges of a cone, it's all one piece going around the top of the cone, whereas a pyramid is made up of 4 different triangles. So let's get back to our rectangular prism. So our rectangular prism is, notice how if I look at this one that they've drawn, I have a rectangle here, and that's my front piece. And I have a rectangle here, and that's my back piece. Because my front of my rectangle and the back of my rectangle are of my prisms, the front of my prism is a rectangle, the back of my prism is a rectangle. Because of that, it becomes a rectangular prism. So if you look here at this next one, the front, so like the ends of my prism, that one's a triangle, and the back of that one is a triangle. And then you'll notice the sides of these are always going to be rectangles. So if I kind of erase what's in there, or if you look here, I have a rectangle, and then there would be a rectangle on the bottom and a rectangle on the other side. Okay, so because the front of my prism is a triangle and the back is a triangle, this one's a triangular prism. So there's all sorts of prisms. We could make a pentagonal prism where the front is a pentagon and the back is a pentagon. We could make, I don't know, an octagonal prism where the front is an octagon and the back is an octagon. So if that, whatever the end caps are, that is the name of your prism. Okay, a cylinder is kind of like a prism, except my edges are not going to be rectangles. Okay, a cylinder, my edge will be all one piece. Okay, so this one's not technically considered a prism. It has its own name, a cylinder, because the front, the top, and the bottom, the end caps are circles instead of straight-lined polygons. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down in a second and we'll talk a little bit more. So diving a little bit deeper into our geometric shapes is we need to know what the shapes are called, or the parts of the shapes are called. So the flat pieces that make up a top, a bottom, a side, a back, whatever that is called a face. Okay? Now, all of my edges, so this would be an edge, this would be an edge, 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 edge. That's going to be where 2 faces come together. And then back here, there would be edges also, but we just can't see them because they're on the back side of our shape. Okay, so anytime 2 faces come together, that flat line that creates the corner, you can't really see my hands very good, but when it creates that corner, that's going to be our edge. And that's 2 flat lines coming together, okay? So if I have, let me get 2 pieces of paper here. If I have these 2 pieces of paper and they come together like this whole line across the top right here is my edge. Now, a vertex is where all of them come together to make a point. So these are all going to be my vertexes, okay? They're not my edges because edges go from point to point, vertex to vertex. Okay, so all my vertexes are going to be where the points come together. Now, if I scroll down a little bit more, let's do some of our examples. Okay, these are all in your book. So it says, how many faces does a box have? Okay, so let's imagine this is a box. Okay, imagine I can open it up. So in my box, how many faces do I have? Well, I have one across the top, across the bottom, sides, sides, that's 4. I have a face on my end and another face on my end. So I have 6 faces on this box. How many vertices do I have? That means my corners where it comes to a point. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices. And how many edges does my box have? So now I would do my long lines. I have 1, 2, 3, going across this side, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you have any kind of box at home, you can use this to help you. A lot of these shapes we already have somewhere where we can touch them. A cereal box, a Rubik's Cube, if that's something that you have. Moving farther down. So it says, name the shape of the object listed. So basketball, that would be a sphere because it is a ball shape. A funnel, so a funnel is what helps you get liquid into a container. Since it doesn't have flat sides all around it and it's one smooth piece around a circle, that would be a cone shape. Okay, and these are all things that you're going to fill out on your notes page. And so you'll draw a picture of what it looks like. And I would like some examples. So for a cylinder, you might write soda can or Clorox wipe container. For cube, you might write a dice or a Rubik's Cube or something else that has a cube shape. For a pyramid, you might write a pyramid from Egypt. Okay, that's why they're named the pyramids, right? So go through that chart, fill it out, cut this out, glue it in your math notebook so you can reference it later. Okay? Have a good day.